Dear students, we have learned about the plants which have their habitats in water. Now, let us learn about the plants which have their habitats on land. Have a look at this plant. Do you know the name of this plant?
It is a pine tree.
Now, tell me, where does it grow?
It grows on land.
Yes, a pine tree grows on land. Similarly, a cactus plant grows on land. A mango tree grows on land. A fern plant grows on land. Plants which grow on land are called terrestrial plants.
So, plants like a pine tree, a cactus plant, a mango tree, and a fern plant are terrestrial plants. Plants like a teak tree, a spruce tree, a deodar tree, and a fir tree are also terrestrial plants.
All the terrestrial plants do not grow at the same place on land. Different terrestrial plants grow at different places on the land. Now let us discuss about the various places where terrestrial plants grow. This is a desert. A desert is a land covered by sand everywhere. It is very hot and less rainfall occurs here.
Due to less rainfall, only a few plants can grow in the desert. Plants like a cactus, an aloe vera, a prickly pear, and a euphorbia grow in the desert.
Plants which grow in the desert are called xerophytic plants. So, a cactus, an aloe vera, a prickly pear, and euphorbia are xerophytic plants.
All these xerophytic plants are known as xerophytes as well.
This is a cactus. A cactus is a xerophytic plant. Like other plants, the cactus also needs water to live. But there is very little rainfall in the desert, and sometimes no rainfall at all. Due to this, there is very less water in the desert soil. Have you ever wondered how the cactus survives in the desert?
The cactus plant has special body structure which helps it to survive in less water.
These are the cactus roots. The cactus has long roots which go deep into the soil to collect water.
A cactus plant has many roots. Many roots means more chances to collect water, isn't it?
Again, take a look at the cactus. Do you see any leaves?
No, you don't. You can see many thorns instead.
we throw unnecessary water out of our body in the form of sweat and urine. Like us, a plant too throws unnecessary water out of its body. A plant throws unnecessary water through its leaves. If a cactus had flat leaves, more water would evaporate out of its body, and due to the loss of water, the cactus plant would die. But a cactus has thorns instead. And due to this, the cactus plant does not evaporate more water.
So, the thorns help a cactus plant to save water.
The branches of a cactus plant can store water in them, so it can use water when necessary. So, the roots, the thorns, and the branches of the cactus plant help it to survive in the desert.
Like a cactus, the body structure of other xerophytic plants like an aloe vera and a euphorbia also helps them to survive in the desert.
Students, have you seen a pine tree? This is a pine tree. A pine tree also grows on land. Do you know where a pine tree is found?
A pine tree is found in high altitudes.
Like a pine tree, a fir tree and a spruce tree are also found in high altitudes. So, trees like a pine tree, a fir tree, and a spruce tree are the plants found in the high altitudes. Now, take a look at the pine tree more carefully. You can see some thin parts on it. These thin parts are sharp at their tips, aren't they? Do you know what they are?
They are the leaves.
The leaves of the pine tree look like the needles. So, the pine tree has needle-like leaves. Do you know how these needle-like leaves help the pine tree in high altitude? Well, let me tell you. In cold winter, there is less rainfall. Due to this, during winter, there is scarcity of water in high altitudes.
At this time, the pine tree needs to save water in its body.
Like the cactus thorns, the needle-like leaves of the pine tree are not flat. This helps to reduce the loss of water. This saves water in the body of the pine tree.
In summer, the sun is very hot. The heat of the sun causes more water to evaporate from the flat leaves of other plants.
But the pine tree leaves are needle-like. That is, they are not flat. So, they reduce the amount of water which evaporates out of the plant's body.
This again saves the water in the body of a pine tree. Thus, a pine tree can survive in hot summer and cold winter in high altitudes.
Like a pine tree, plants like a cycas tree, a fir tree, and a spruce tree also grow in high altitudes.
All these trees have needle-like leaves which reduce the amount of water evaporating out of the plant body. Hence, they survive in the high altitudes.
High-altitude plants are usually tall and have parallel branches. Students, we have discussed about the various plants and their habitats. Let us recall them in short. Plants like a water hyacinth, a lotus, a hydrilla, and a vallisneria are aquatic plants. Plants like a water hyacinth and a pistia are floating aquatic plants. Plants like a lotus and a water lily are fixed aquatic plants. Plants like a vallisneria and a hydrilla are underwater aquatic plants.
Plants like a pine tree, a cactus plant, an aloe vera plant, and a banyan tree grow on land. Plants like a cactus plant, an aloe vera plant, and euphorbia and a prickly pear are desert terrestrial plants. Plants like a pine tree, a fir tree, and a spruce tree are high-altitude terrestrial plants.